Hey guys, welcome back. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you everything you need to know about AI agents. Then in our next tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to build your very own or your first ever AI agent. So if you are excited about this, let's get into it and learn about what an AI agent is. So let's get started. So before we learn about AI agent, let's first look at how traditional chatbots work, right? So with traditional chatbots, like let's say you open any LLM interface, ChatGPT, Cloud Desktop, and so on, and let's assume those are not agents, they have no access to tools. What you do is to give them some input, okay? Like you ask them some question. The LLM receives that question and is able to give you an output. It's able to do that because it has been trained on huge amount of data, and it has, or chances are it has, that particular answer to the question you've asked. So it's able to do justice to your question. So for example, we just open ChatGPT. We have this question in there. What is deep learning? You click enter and it just spits this out for you. Okay, just tells you deep learning is blah blah blah, and that is the answer. So we call this a traditional chatbot. Okay, now let's look at how AI agent is different from this and what makes up an AI agent. Okay, so this is the agentic diagram. Okay, and with AI agent, it has a lot of things going on, or has some couple of things going on. For any AI workflow or any agentic workflow at all, LLM is always the brain of the organization. Okay, so that's why we have the LLM here, large language model, and this can be from any of the providers, Anthropic, OpenAI, or Google. Okay, so for AI agents, when you give it an input or you give it a task to complete for you, the large language model or the LLM have access to a lot of things. So the first thing it has access to is tools. An example of these tools have to be something like databases, APIs, other software applications. So based on what your agent is programmed to do, you may give it the necessary tools it needs to perform that particular task. So if you go to your LLM and then you ask it maybe a question, what's the price of gold today? It will look out for, okay, what tools do I have? Okay, do I have tools to be able to search the web? Because by default, the LLM once deploy have a knowledge cutoff point. Okay, when you deploy, let's say, a large language model today, all the incidents that will happen tomorrow, the large language model have no idea about it because it has nothing, it knows nothing about that data. That data have not been used to train it, so it has no idea. But when you are able to give it tools, it will be able to use tools such as web search APIs and be able to search the web, query for the price of gold or the price of anything you are asking, will be able to give you the answer. So this has been also implemented into most of the models we have now, like ChatGPT and all that. So if I ask something like, what is the price of gold maybe today, you will see what will happen. It will search the web. You can see it is searching the web, and it's able to search the web because now this is an agent. It's showing me where it has searched its routers, okay, and it's be able to get the information. It has searched a lot of web pages in order to get this information, as you can see here, and it's able to achieve this because we are not using only the large language model, but we have given the large language model access to tools, and with these tools it can be able to get tasks done for us. So that's one characteristic of what an agent. Then the second thing an agent also have access to is memory, and memory is nothing but access to its past conversation. So it knows what you have asked it knows your previous conversation. So that's one thing an agent has. So when you go back to ChatGPT, you can as well ask it, what was your previous question? So let me just ask, what was my previous question? And it will be able to recall. So your previous question is, what is the price of gold today? So you can see it's able to recall because it has some sort of memory in there, which is able to store our past conversations in order to be self-aware of what is going on. So that's another thing AI agents or agents have. Okay, so when we talk about agents, I always tell you the LLM is the brain of the organization, and this LLM have tools and has memory as well. Another thing, which is the final thing I'll talk about, is that in an agentic workflow, the LLM have access to what we call planning or a knowledge base. So when you give it a task or you ask it a question, this planning phase is where the agent is able to break these tasks down. Also, maybe plan even a to-do list, which one to accomplish, which one to do first, which one to do last. So the AI agent can analyze your problem, break it down into separate or different steps, and be able to adjust the approach by which it will solve your problem for you. So it also have access to planning. So overall, AI agent is just a large language model that has access to all these things. It has access to tools, has access to memory, have access to planning. Okay, but based on the problem this AI agent you have designed it to solve, the tools may be different. So if you design an AI agent that will do task A or B, you have to give it the tools it needs to complete task A or B. That's why we have different types of agents, and they have access to different types of tools based on the different types of problem they are solving. Okay, so you can see how AI agent or agentic workflow is far advanced and different from a normal traditional chatbot which just takes the input and gives you an output, because it has no access to all of what we just talked about. All right, so in a nutshell, we'll say an AI agent is LLMs, which is the large language model, plus tools, plus memory, plus planning, which is in another word knowledge, and that's it. So it has access to LLMs, tools, memory, planning, or knowledge base. So that's what an AI agent is in a nutshell. These are the tools, individual components that makes up an AI agent. To conclude, I would say an agent is a program that takes input or a given task. It thinks and it acts autonomously in order to complete the task using tools, memory, and knowledge. So the autonomy aspect there is that when you give this AI agent tasks, it doesn't require you to do anything. You look at the tools. So if the task require maybe calling multiple tools as well, this AI agent will in the planning phase schedule all of that and be calling these tools in a loop. So it's a closed loop system. AI agent is a closed loop system. It has to continue executing these tasks in the loop until it gets the work done for you. So this is AI agent, and I believe just by watching this video now, you understand what an AI agent is, how it works, and how it's different from a traditional chatbot. In my next tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to build an AI agent using Python and the langchain framework. So make sure you subscribe and also turn off your notification bell so that you don't get to miss my next video. If you have any questions or you have any suggestions, just make sure you leave it in the comment section. And up until then, I'll see you in the next tutorial.